back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys! So welcome to 2017. I don't think I've said that on my channel yet, but I haven't actually filmed in the new year yet. All the videos you've seen in the new year were videos that I filmed well before Christmas and just uploaded. So happy new year everyone. I hope 2017 has been good for you so far, and I hope it continues to be good. I think it's been a strange year for me so far because I've had a lot of life changes, which I think have been good things, but they've been hard as well. I've got a lot of things planned that I'm super excited to get on with and do, especially for YouTube, especially for publishing, especially for like my general happiness and stuff. So I'm gonna sit down today and tell you guys some of the goals that I have, both bookish and non-bookish, for 2017, because this was one of the videos that was super highly requested from a load of you, so here it is. First things first, I broke up with my fiance in the very early beginning of 2017. It was a completely mutual thing. It was definitely something that I think has been good for both of us. With that said, obviously it was a really tough month in December. December was probably the worst month I've had in a long time in terms of dealing with things. I had been with the same guy for 6.5 years since I was 15 years old, which is quite a long time, particularly seeing as I'm only 22. It's a long time to be in a relationship with someone, so it's definitely scary to be single again, but it's a good thing, and I'm really excited about the prospect of being able to just pursue my dreams and not worry about someone else's dreams. But I'm surrounded by excellent friends and they have been an amazing support system for me. I love everyone who has been so kind to me over the past month, and on Twitter the other day when I said I'd broken up with my partner. So thank you so much. You are all amazing. I just wanted to say that before I get into things, because that might give you an idea of why I'm going a little bit more ambitious this year with my goals, and I want to do things that push me more. So next thing on my list of things I would like to do this year in 2017 is go to more publisher and book events. This can be anything like a publisher book launch, which I get invited to. A lot of them are in London, so I do tend to get invited to lots because I don't live too far from London and it's fairly easy for me to get there after work. And a lot of the time I don't go because I'm not sure if it's really for me or if I'll know anyone, and I much prefer going to an event when I know someone, but I think it's better for me to push myself and do things that I'm slightly uncomfortable with, because how else am I going to get better at doing them? So I just really think publishing is an industry that is really nice, and a lot of the people that I've met in events I have gone to have been really nice, and I've seen them again at other events. I think there is a real community there, and I would like to kind of get more into that as time goes on. So in order to do that, obviously I need to go to the events. So my plan for 2017 is to try and go to as many book events as I can. If I get invited and I'm around on that day and I don't see any reason not to go, I will definitely try and go. So I have 2 coming up in the next few weeks that I'm excited to go to, and hopefully I can vlog some of it or do something for the channel as well. So fingers crossed. Basically I want to go to all the bookish things, including conventions, which I'm quite excited about. I've just booked to go to 9 Worlds in 2017, which is in August the 4th to the 6th, I think it is. That's a really lovely convention that I went to last year with Elizabeth. I am super excited because I have other friends who are going, and it's a lovely convention. So if any of you live in London or near enough that you can get to London for a weekend, definitely see if you can come along to 9 Worlds. It is fantastic. I'll link the website down below. At the moment the tickets are about £100, and obviously if you've got to book a hotel or something you probably want to do it soon. But I will be there, and I would love to meet any of you who are going to go, so let me know if any of you are coming. With that said, I am also going to Worldcon. Worldcon is the weekend after that one, and that's in Finland. So I'm really excited and nervous to travel to Finland. I have been to Finland once when I was about 8 years old, so I've not been for a very long time, and it was lovely. Like, I loved the experience. We went to the Lapland part of Finland, which is where there's this whole setup for Father Christmas, and it's a great place to take kids when they're still convinced in Father Christmas, because I found it the most amazing trip, and it's like magical in my head when I think back to it. So I know that Finland is a lovely place, but I've only been there in the dead of winter and went and saw Father Christmas. I've not really been to the actual country and looked around it, so I'm very excited to be going to Helsinki, which is where the convention takes place. And I know for a fact that a lot of the people that I know who live in Finland, Germany, America, various places around the world, Canada, are going to be going. So I'm really excited to be able to meet some of them and hang out at the convention. It's a 5-day convention. It goes from Wednesday to Sunday, I think. So that should be really good fun as well. So I'm going to be jetting off to those two things back to back, 9 worlds, and then straight off to Helsinki, and that will be so much fun, I'm sure. So those are my big holiday book events, and then all the other stuff in between. Alongside that, booktube meetups or just book meetups generally. I'm super excited about these. I always enjoy going to the one in London. We usually do one in sort of spring, summer, and then autumn, winter time. So there's 2 a year. I don't think there's any confirmed dates for that yet, but whenever I find out what they are, I will definitely go along. I can't think of any other book events off the top of my head right now, but if other stuff comes up, I would obviously love to give it a go and just push myself to do it. So that is one of my plans for the new year. The next plan that I have is to read books I already own. So I have a very large TBR shelf, which is particularly big. This is my TBR bookshelf. At the moment, as far as I know, there's about 360 books on there. In the new year, I would absolutely love to try and read a lot of them. We'll see how it goes, but that is my plan, is to try and read as many of those books on that TBR shelf as I can. As I say, I think I counted them the other day and I had around 360, which I have logged all of those into my statistic tracking spreadsheet that is made by Brock from Let's Read. So I will be using that spreadsheet a lot this year to track all of my statistics on how much I've read, what books I've read, where I've got the books that I've been reading, etc. And hopefully I'll be able to use that spreadsheet to inspire me to, if I get behind on reading my own TBR books and I'm gathering more books than I'm reading, to try and read more than I gather, if that makes sense. I definitely am not going to put myself on a book buying ban. I definitely am not going to stop accepting books for review because I love all of those things and I love being able to buy books. But I am going to cut down on the buying, and I'm also going to try and up the reading of the books on that shelf. The next 2 resolutions are kind of go hand in hand. The first one is to read more science fiction and fantasy that is written before 2000 and whatever. So stuff from the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s. When I was going through my statistics the other day for the end of 2016, I realised I read a hell of a lot of 2015, 2014, that sort of era of books, and I would love to read more older science fiction and fantasy to just kind of see what is out there and see what I will like. I have a feeling that a lot of it is probably great and I just haven't got to it yet. So with that said, I am going to be starting up my Goodreads group again. I'm going to rename and revamp the Goodreads group, and every month I'm going to choose either 1 or 2 books, probably from things like the SF Masterworks range, if you guys have seen that, to read each month. So books that I know were published a fair while ago and that are recognised within the genre, but I haven't read yet, which there are many of them. So the first one that I'm going to be reading in January is Ursula Le Guin's The Dispossessed. This book is part of the Hainish cycle. I believe you can just read it on its own. I don't think you need to read any of her other books to read this one, so if you've not read any of them, don't worry, I'm still sure you can join in. It's fairly short, so it's not going to take too long, hopefully, and from what I've read of Le Guin so far, I read The Left Hand of Darkness, and I read it super quickly because I just really enjoyed it, so I would absolutely love to read this one with some of you guys if you've not read it yet, or if you have and you want to come and discuss it in the Goodreads group, then please feel free to do so. As always, I'll link the group down below. I'm going to be revamping it, so if you've joined already, it might have a different look. If you're not joined, then join up, and hopefully I'll be making threads and all sorts and commenting a lot there. The other thing is that I would love to be using Twitter for this as well, so I am going to be doing a hashtag for every one of the read-alongs that I do, and that hashtag will then be used on Twitter. So if you are a Twitter user rather than a Goodreads user and you just have some thoughts that you want to spew out on Twitter, feel free to do that as well using the hashtag, and I will definitely respond there as well because I love Goodreads and Twitter. So that's that. Very exciting. And as I say, those 2 goals of starting up the Goodreads group and reading more science fiction and fantasy from before 2000 go hand in hand. The final thing to mention, I think, is that I got Instagram recently. I have resisted it for a very long time because I knew that when I got it I'd become slightly obsessed with it, which I have. So I've got it now, and my name there is Kitty G Books, so if you want to add me on that, feel free. At the moment I'm just posting all the books that I'm reading, and it's a good way to kind of check in with what I'm reading before I might make a video review or stuff like that. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to come and join me over there. I love all the pretty pictures that so many people post on there of books. It just makes me want them all, but it's great, so I'm really enjoying that. That is it. Those are my bookish and life goals, is just to push myself out there, do more reading, do more fun things, and enjoy myself, and hopefully just have a really good year. So I'm very excited about it. I can't wait, and I hope that a lot of you will come along on the journey with me and let me know what your bookish goals are or your life goals. If you've made a video or if you just want to tell me in the comments, then please feel free to do so. I love hearing about them and I love watching other people's videos on this topic. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me.